And last but definitely not least, Mermaid Kisses. I broke the scoop. That's how you know you're ready to compete.
Welcome to PricePlow.
What's up, guys, and welcome back to PricePlow. It's your boy Ben, co-host of PricePlow, coming at you today with InnovaPharm's new Nova Pump. Now, I say new, but it's a new version of their classic Nova Pump. Great pump product that we've been impressed with for a long time. The formula is staying same as the base for the product with an added, what do they call them here? Neuro enhancement, mind muscle neuro enhancement blend. So what they did was they took the original product, which was a well-rounded pump product, and added in some, I'd say, classic and straightforward nootropic ingredients that, they don't break the bank. They're not any kind of weird herbal ingredients or anything, but they do get the job done. They're backed by science, and we're happy with them. So I've got 3 flavors here. I've got Snow Cone, Mermaid Kisses, and Sour Apple Punch. I'm going to go through the products panel, talk a little bit about each ingredient. I'm actually going to talk about the original ingredients in the pump product as well, just to recap if this is the first time you're looking at the product. And then I'm going to try out the flavors, let you guys know which one's my favorite. So let's recap with the original 24-hour pump potion, they call it. Great ingredients in here, just like the nootropic product. Kind of some classic stuff that, while not all of it is old ingredients, it's all tried and true. We know that it's going to work. There's science to back this stuff up. And as always, if you want the full citations and the studies that are cited for the claims being made by this product, you can go to our blog, blog.priceplow.com. On there is going to be the full write-up on this with citations for the studies if you're interested in looking into them and reading them. So from the top, we got Citrulline Malate at a 2-to-1 ratio. Always thankful when companies give us the ratio of the Citrulline Malate. It's at 8 grams, which gives us about 5.3 grams of citrulline pure. Efficacious full dose of pure citrulline would be around 4 grams, so seeing 5.3 yielded from the Citrulline Malate, we're happy with that. As always, InnovaPharm's going above and beyond with their ingredients. Moving into Glycer Pump, they actually have 4 grams of Glycer Pump. It's a 65% glycerol powder. It's obviously stabilized. You'll see when we see the powder inside. This is what causes the clumping in this product. It's very difficult to formulate with, to keep stable, to keep from clumping, but these guys went above and beyond with this dose. This is bigger than most of the competition has. As you start reaching the 5 gram limit, that's kind of where things get really rock solid and hard in the powder. So they're pushing it here. They're above the average here with 4 grams. It's going to work. It's going to be great for pumps. The Glycer Pump brings we call it like a water pump. It's not actually vasodilation, but it helps hydrate your muscles really well. Bring water into them, saturate them with water, and pump them up. Super spinach here. 1 gram of super spinach is an awesome dose. We saw that super spinach is actually 50 times more powerful than beet juice, 4 times more powerful than beet root extract. Very, very good at vasodilation, creating a pump, and it actually also lasts 24 hours. So you see a round-the-clock pump effect. That's why I'm actually liking this product. I'm currently in a powerlifting meet prep, so I'm kind of leaning more towards stimulant pre-workouts. However, I can use this product throughout the day to create recovery, keep the blood flow going, keep nutrients being delivered to the muscles. If I do have a lighter day, I'll use this product because it'll still have my mind-muscle connection turn on a little bit more, and I'm not creating more of a tolerance to the stimulants that I'm using so often. However, the 24-hour effect from the red spinach is very useful, very helpful. A gram of agmatine sulfate here. Now, if it was on its own, we probably would want to see like 1.5 grams here. However, in this full blend, 1 gram is an acceptable dose. We see a lot of companies using actually less than 1 gram in their scoops, but full gram here, I'm happy with. It's going to help with pump. It's going to help with actually carbohydrates being utilized. Very happy with the agmatine here. Moving on to Pegapump. Now, PegaPump we're kind of looking as the closing argument to this pump formula here. The pump part of this formula well rounds out with PegaPump. It's an extract from a plant called the Syrian rue, and the specific alkaloids that are pulled from it promote vasorelaxation. Syrian rue on its own has been used to treat hypertension, which is like a low level stage 1 of high blood pressure. So that vasorelaxation is going to help opening up the blood vessels, driving more blood to the muscles. And while there's not a lot of human trials on PegaPump or the specific alkaloids that are extracted for it, it's a nice closing for the well-rounded pump product that is NOVAPUMP. So to recap here, we got the Citrulline Malate at 8 grams, Glycerpump at 4 grams, Super Spinach at 1 gram, Agmatine at 1 gram, and PegaPump at 250 micrograms. That's a decent amount of powder there. Just on that on its own is over 14 grams. For a regular pre-workout, 14 grams non-stim pre-workout would be acceptable. That'd be awesome, actually. So we can jump in on the mind muscle neuro enhancement formula here. We started off with acetyl L-Carnitine, which outside of just the actual acetyl group, which we'll get into talking about, acetyl L-Carnitine is the best form of carnitine in my opinion. It's not really in here too much for the actual carnitine, in my opinion. They're putting this in here because the acetyl donor in here is actually going to pair up very, very well later on with the alpha GPC. Alpha GPC is obviously rich in choline, which needs an acetyl to form acetylcholine. Now, I'm going to jump around a little bit here, but it's for a good reason. You've got the acetyl L-Carnitine here, which is an acetyl donor. You have the alpha GPC here, which is rich in choline. And then you have huperzine A at the bottom, which actually inhibits acetylcholine esterase. So you're forming acetylcholine, and then you're actually making sure that it is broken down at a slower rate. This is going to be awesome for not just being focused, but also that mind-muscle connection in the gym, making sure that you're actually squeezing, focusing on the muscle that you're trying to contract, and breaking it down a lot more effectively. Now, in between those ingredients, we have a gram of tyrosine here. Tyrosine has many different uses in the body. Most of them are neurological. The body actually uses tyrosine to create a few different neurotransmitters, including dopamine, adrenaline, and noradrenaline. So at a gram here, we're happy with it because it's going to create those things, but a little bit above a gram. I haven't actually experienced this, but Mike has spoken about experiencing more like anxiety or like more excitable in those ways. So we have just enough tyrosine in here to be effective, however, not too much that it's going to kind of push us over the edge. Now, there is another form of tyrosine, N-acetyl tyrosine, where some studies claim that it is more effective. However, it's not as bioavailable as regular L-tyrosine is, and even if you were going to say that it is an acetyl donor, we have acetyl L-Carnitine in here, so we're not really too worried about that. So very, very happy with the choice of L-tyrosine in here. I think that some companies get that wrong when they're going with N-acetyl tyrosine, especially then putting in a full gram of L-tyrosine. So like I said before, it's a simple product. It's not bringing any kind of new ingredients to the market. However, it's straightforward, well formulated, and well dosed out like most products from InnovaPharm. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to actually open these products up. I did open up one before. That's how I know that the powder is a little bit clumpy. We're going to do the snow cone first, then the sour apple punch, and then lastly, I'm most excited for Mermaid Kisses because I have no clue what that's going to taste like. Now, I do want to say that the supplement facts panel is split, half scoop, 1 scoop. As per tradition, I actually use the full 1 scoop dose. You're going to get 20 servings out of that, and personally, I think for this channel, the people who are watching this content want to know what the full dose is of the stuff, how we're going to be pushing it with these ingredients. So you could absolutely use half a scoop here, but for 1 full scoop, you're going to use 10 to 16 ounces. So I'm actually going to put about 14 ounces in the bottle for this, for the taste test. Yeah, like I saw in the other bottle, it's decently clumped up. It's not a hard rock. It's not going to be hard to scoop, but the second you pull the scoop out, you'll notice like it's a giant one piece in here that you're pulling out of this hole for the scoop. Make sure to use filtered water. I'm kidding, I don't really. Now, I used to use the kind of unicorn flavor of NovaPump is what I'm used to. I believe it's completely uncolored. A lot of the ingredients in here, especially the alpha GPC, it's going to be difficult to color and it's going to be kind of gritty. So the experience here is going to be, as good as possible. Yeah, it seems like it's uncolored as far as I can tell. Smells great. So, snow cone here. The color of the snow cone in here is red, white, and blue. Definitely gritty, but an enjoyable flavor. Leaves a bit of a film on your mouth. But high doses of good ingredients here. I'll deal with that. Where'd I put the lid? So, snow cone, good so far. Sour apple punch, I can definitely taste where that sourness is going to come from. You have, what about 2.5 grams of malic acid from the citrulline malate, and there's more citric acid. The first other ingredient is citric acid, so it's going to be sour, definitely. 12 ounces of cold filtered water. Scooping process gets a little bit messy with the clumping, but at least once you know it's in the scooper, it's not going anywhere. Yeah, you can, I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but like you literally have to like stick it into the solid mass and it doesn't go anywhere. All right, sour apple punch. You can already smell it. Ooh. Okay, way less intense of a flavor on the sour apple. Still kind of filmy and gritty. Not as sour as I expected. It is sour. Very Granny Smith apple. Not a candy sour apple. Very authentic to real apples. If anything, I prefer that one because it's less intense. I don't want a super intense pre-workout if I'm drinking it regularly. Making an absolute mess with this. And last but definitely not least, Mermaid Kisses. I broke the scoop. In the arms of the angel. That's how you know you're ready to compete. That might also mean it's a little clumpy. All right, Mermaid Kisses. I have no idea what this is going to taste like, to be completely honest with you. I'm kind of expecting it to be similar to the unicorn thing from the original Nova Pump. I'm horrible with these like special names for flavors. Like you gotta tell me what it is so I can imagine it. I have no creativity on that side of stuff. Exciting nonetheless. Like that colorful lollipop on there. It's like a candy. Like a rainbow candy. It's really good, actually. Okay, so I can't say top 3 because there only are 3, and they're actually working on an unflavored as well. Which is funny because they don't want to just put it out unflavored. They want to kind of try to mask it a little bit. Mermaid Kisses is definitely my favorite just because it's very interesting. However, if you're not looking for something super intense, the sour apple would definitely be your jam. That's definitely my favorite though. Like off of first impressions, I'll probably drink this the most over the next 2 weeks. Then sour apple and snow cone. But none of these are bad. They're just kind of different for each, whatever you're looking for. I think they did a really good job here. When you're coming out with a product with odd flavored ingredients, you kind of usually end up with like a group of flavors that are very similar because you have to work off of what the ingredients taste like. What they did here was really cool because they came up with 3 unique flavors that'll serve different people. If you're looking for something intense, I would say the snow cone. It is the most intense of the 3. The sour apple punch, ironically, I thought this was going to be the most sour and wild, is the tamest flavor. But if you're not into strong flavors, you're going to really enjoy this. I could see myself switching to this on the second bottle. But Mermaid Kiss is definitely my favorite because it's a thought-provoking flavor. You have to think about what it actually is. Very enjoyable. Anyway, the ingredients in here are cool because I would go against the grain here and say that I'm a nighttime trainer. And if I know that I'm going to be using a stimulant product at nighttime, I would probably drink this in the morning as I get to the office and start working because it'll start my brainwaves working. It'll give me a little bit of a pump so you can look big in the office, but also because it gets recovery flowing. And that red spinach is going to have that blood flow going 24 hours, which is going to help for recovery. I would use this for like an arm day or something for pump. After my competition, I'm going to be going into a very blood flow driven style training for about 10 weeks, and this is definitely going to be my jam for that. Overall, InnovaPharm always does a great job with their products. I haven't been disappointed with anything yet. Happy to see them come out with this. I think that we're going to see more and more companies adding in neurological, nootropic. There's a lot of different words for it, but stuff that's going to be enhancing the way that your brain works with training, or your actual focus or mental clarity. I'm excited to see that. We've seen some other companies add it to EAAs, pre-workout, stuff like that. Having it in a pump product is different, very interesting. So good job, InnovaPharm. If you're looking for any other news, reviews, or interviews on InnovaPharm, you can go to PricePlow.com/InnovaPharm. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, have a great day.
Welcome to PricePlow.